You are what you eat. That's not just a saying, it's a serious medical reality. These foods often combine sugar, salt, unhealthy fats, and preservatives in large quantities and in ways that disrupt appetite regulation and increase inflammation. Recent large-scale studies have shown that diets high in ultra-processed foods are linked to increased risk of colorectal, breast, and ovarian cancers. If these foods are part of your daily diet, reducing their frequency or completely replacing them with fresh protein sources is a step strongly worth considering. A simple step is to enjoy the foods in moderation and include plenty of fresh vegetables to balance the gut environment and reduce inflammation. It's a common saying, and we often hear that you are what you eat. But when it comes to cancer risk, that's not just a saying, it's a serious medical reality. Hello, I'm Dr. Neema Bhatt, hematologist, hemato-oncologist, and pediatric oncologist at Therapy Healthcare. Today, let's break down the types of food that have been linked to increased cancer risk and what dietary choices can help reduce that risk over time. Let's start with processed meats or processed foods in general. One of the most commonly consistent studied categories is processed meats. Foods like sausages, bacon, salami, and ham contain high contents of preservatives such as nitrates and nitrites. In the body, these can convert into compounds that damage the DNA and promote cancer development, particularly in the colon and stomach. If these foods are part of your daily diet, reducing their frequency or completely replacing them with fresh protein sources is a step strongly worth considering. Next topic to talk about your food or dietary choices is red meat. Especially when consumed in large portions or cooked at high temperatures, grilling, barbecuing, or charring this meat can create chemicals that may increase cancer risk. Studies have linked frequent red meat intake with colorectal, pancreatic, and prostate cancers. This doesn't mean red meat must be eliminated completely, but in moderation and with a mix of other plant-based protein options can lower the long-term risk, not just from a point of cancer, but also heart health. Let's move to cooking methods. Foods fried at very high temperatures or heat, especially deep-fried snacks, often contain acrylamide, which is a compound that may increase the risk of cancer. These foods are also high in unhealthy fats and low in nutrients, which is vital, making them contributors to inflammation and weight gain, both of which are linked to several types of cancer. Choosing gentler cooking methods like baking, steaming, or sautéing can help reduce that exposure while still preserving the flavor of the foods we love. Another important factor is the excess intake of refined carbohydrates and sugars. Foods like white rice, white bread, pastries, sweetened cereals, sugary drinks, carbonated or soda can cause sharp increases or rises in blood sugar and also insulin surges. Over time, this can promote inflammation and hormonal changes that again increase the risk of breast, liver, and pancreatic cancers. Replacing these refined carbs with whole grains and limiting added sugar can significantly support metabolic health and hence be vital in cancer prevention. Now, let's shift from focusing from what we eat too much of to what we don't eat enough or what we eat too little of, which is fiber. Dietary fiber, especially the ones that come from fruits, vegetables, legumes, and whole grains, helps regulate digestion, balance hormones, and remove potential carcinogens from the gut. Low fiber diets are strongly associated with increased risk of colorectal cancer. Even adding 1 or 2 servings of fiber-rich foods each day can have a protective effect on our gut, on inflammation, and hence in preventing cancer. Another emerging area of concern is ultra-processed foods, which is packaged with long ingredient lists, artificial additives, and minimal nutritional value. These foods often combine sugar, salt, unhealthy fats, and preservatives in large quantities and in ways that disrupt appetite regulation and increase inflammation. Recent large-scale studies have shown that diets high in ultra-processed foods are linked to increased risk of colorectal, breast, and ovarian cancers. Reducing dependency on packaged snacks and ready-to-eat meals can help cut that risk. Finally, in some parts of the world, including India and some Southeast Asian countries, traditional diets include large quantities of salt-preserved or pickled foods. While occasional consumption isn't really harmful, frequent intake of such foods preserved in heavy salt, such as dried fish or highly salted pickles, has been associated with increased risk of stomach cancer, especially when combined with H. pylori infection. A simple step is to enjoy the foods in moderation and include plenty of fresh vegetables to balance the gut environment and reduce inflammation. At Therapy Healthcare, we believe that cancer prevention begins with awareness. Our team offers personalized risk assessments that take into account your lifestyle, diet, and medical history. We provide preventive screenings, nutritional counseling, and clear medical grounded guidance tailored to your needs. If you're unsure where to begin, start by understanding your risks. We are here to help you make informed decisions with science, compassion, and care. Take the next step by starting a conversation with your care team. And I hope if this video helps, then do share it with someone who needs the same in terms of clarity and support in the matter of food, its relationship with cancer, and how food choices can play an important role in cancer prevention.